Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. Thanks so much for tuning in to the Wealthy, Healthy, Happy Show. I am your host, ERGJ, Certified Financial Educator. Hey, and guess what, guys? It's Motivational Monday. That's right. We got to get ready for the week. That's right. I hope you guys are ready. So here's the deal, guys. We are actually going through the book, The 15 Laws of Invaluable Growth by John C. Maxwell. And we've been through 5 laws already. 5 laws. And so hopefully your life has changed. Hopefully you've grown because we dare you to grow. This is not a me show. This is a we show. This is an opportunity for you to share how your weekend has been, how your past week was, what happened last week for you that maybe something that sparked from this call, from this show has actually had a positive impact on your life. So it's Motivational Monday. We want to know what happened over your weekend. We want to know what changed, what grew. We want to know how you have grown. That's what it's about. But anyway, let's do a quick recap. Actually, we got our co-host here. Pat is in the building. How are you, sir?
Phenomenal.
Absolutely phenomenal, man. So Pat's the SEO expert there. So if you guys are on some websites or whatever, SEO, I don't even know what it stands for, but he's the guy to go to. All right, so here's the deal. Quick recap. Law number 1 was the law of intentionality, right? So you want to be intentional. You want to know exactly where it is that you want to go, because when you know where you want to go, you can actually get there. Yes, you can actually get there. Law number 2 was the law of awareness. You want to be aware of your surroundings and be aware of those people that can be mentors in your life. Law number 3 was the law of the mirror. The law of the mirror basically saying, hey, when you get up and you look in the mirror each and every day, what do you see? Hopefully you see great. Hopefully you see phenomenal. Hopefully you see supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Law number 4 was the law of reflection. You want to take a moment throughout your day to capture these moments that are happening. And that was just a powerful week for us as we went through the law of reflection. And then last week, law number 5, the law of consistency. Consistent action breeds success. So as you're looking to grow, as you're looking to become the person that you need to become, to have the things that you want to have and to attract the things that you want to get in your life, you got to be consistent in your own development. Consistent action breeds success. And this week, we're going to be going through the law of environment. So just a quick intro into what this law of environment is about. It says that growth thrives in conducive surroundings. Growth thrives in conducive surroundings. So in case you don't know, we are talking about growing. And we're challenging each and every person that is connected to us in this number 1 marketplace for growing people to grow. That's right, to become better, to do better, to attract better. Absolutely. And so the law of environment says that you need to have the right surroundings to foster this growth that's going on. That's probably going on in your life right now. We got people that are connected to us that are just, growth is just happening all over the place. That's why you need to connect to a hub like this. The first step towards success is taken when you refuse to be a captive of the environment you find yourself in. So here's the deal, just to kind of summarize what we're going to be talking about this week is if you're always the head of the class, then you're in the wrong class. If you're always the head of the class, then you're in the wrong class. And we always say, if you're the smartest person in the room, it's time to find a new room. That means you've capped out your growth in this surrounding, in this environment, in this group that you're associating yourself with. And if you're at the top, there's only one place for you to go. So you want to find a new room, find some new people that connect with, some people that are smarter than you, some people that are better than you, or have grown or have grown larger than you, some people that you can connect to that can help you take whatever it is that you're doing to the next level, whether that be in business, whether that be in your finances, whether that be in your emotions, whatever it is, spirituality. If you're the smartest person in the room, it's time to find a new room. Pat.
Well, and in the world of the physical, we see that expressed over and over again. If you buy a boat and you let it sit and you don't use it, in 3 years, it falls apart. If you buy a plane and leave it sitting on the runway and don't exercise it, don't put it in the air, and yeah, it's scary to get up in the air, but a plane will deteriorate faster sitting on a runway than it will be by being used. Anything you stop using deteriorates. So if you're not continuing to grow, if you don't exercise the gifts you have, it's like a muscle. If you stop using it, it starts shrinking.
Absolutely, man. And so, guys, it's Motivational Monday, man. So we want to hear from you. The seats are open. If you get a chance to jump into a seat and let us know how your weekend has been, we want to catch up with you and see how your weekend went. Mr. Beadle said he's running a little bit late getting some coffee and a bagel. He'll be here shortly. Yeah, he said, thanks for that, Pat. You got to use your stuff, man. So, Pat, I wanted to share. Oh, What's the word of the week? Oh yeah, that's right. We got a word of the week, guys. Yesterday, oh my goodness. I mean, we went a little bit long yesterday. I was really trying to get done with that thing. But, it's for the people, Pat. It's for the people. So the word of the day this week is if. If. Now, where does this come from, guys? Now, everybody might not read the Bible. We do Church Without Walls on Sunday. And there was this passage of scripture that said that if you will listen and obey, if you will pay attention, then all these blessings will come upon you. So there's a condition there. It says if. So I would say for you guys this morning in the chat box below, I want to know what it is that you know that you need to do, that if you do this, then some other things will happen. What's the next step for you? What's the next goal that you need to accomplish? What's the next thing that you need to do? And here's the deal. I don't want you to focus on the big picture. I want you to focus on the next step. What is the next step for you? If you take this next step and complete this step, then whatever is going to happen for you. Pat, what about you? What's the next step for you, brother?
Well, actually, it's the current step.
Yeah.
And the reason being is the current step. I have someone coming to pick me up here in about an hour because I'm going to another little city and doing another presentation. And if I'm here this morning and get my head straight, then my presentation is going to be so much better.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Every day I'm here.
Every day that you're here, fantastic. So, guys, hey, this is your opportunity. You can jump to the seat or you can share in the chat box below. If this, then this, right? So we're talking about the things that you need to do. You need to be a part of your own growth. You need to be a part of your success. You need to be engaged in the process, right? If whatever it is that you're looking to accomplish, if you're trying to get out of debt, if you are, trying to build your business, there are some things that you need to do first. You got to put that work in. You got the faith, but now you need the work. So now you got that great combination. So if you do this, then, right? If I make that phone call to this customer, then I can get the sale. There's something about this condition, and we tend to move past this and think that the then is going to always come. It doesn't require us to have any if statements. And what we're going to do, or what is necessary for us to accomplish our own goals or to grow in the manner in which we like to grow. Hey, Sloan, how are you? Thanks so much for joining. You're the silent observer. Okay, cool. Well, hey, the seats are open if you want to join or if you got some things. So, Pat, I don't see nobody writing if statements. I don't know what's going on, Pat. They're not with us this morning. They're still waking up. Go ahead, Pat.
I always look at things from both sides of the coin. So there are some of us out there that sadly are not to that level yet. So let's look at the backside of that coin. If you don't, then what?
Yeah.
And if that doesn't motivate you to flip the coin back over, look a little harder.
And there was a statement, Pat, that said that if you woke up this morning and you're not where you want to be, that should be motivation enough. If you woke up this morning and you're not where you want to be, that should be motivation enough.
Well, and it also means that where you went to sleep last night was the wrong place. And so what are you going to do today that you finish in a different place?
Yes, absolutely.
In a different place.
So, guys, I wanted to share with you guys, again, we're talking about, some things that may have happened over the weekend for you, some phenomenal things, some growth that you saw happen. And for me, I wanted to share this yesterday, but this would be the perfect place to share it because I think it may connect with a lot of you guys. And so over the weekend, I had a fascinating challenge. And I've got a little part-time job that I'm working. So I'm working my business full-time, and I got a little part-time job just to kind of help sustain me. And about 2 weeks ago, I was kind of moved to say, hey, it's time for me to leave from my part-time job. It's time to, break those chains and go ahead, just go full force in what I'm doing. In case you don't know, I'm a certified financial educator. But I didn't do it, right? And I was just like, I'm just going to hold on to it just a little bit longer. You get an extra little change or whatever. And so I went in on, I think it was Saturday. Yeah, I went in on Saturday and I talked to the manager. I was like, hey, take me off the schedule for the next week because, I'm in transition. I don't know what I can commit to as far as being here. And then also I need to leave early today. I'm gonna stay until coverage is complete, but I need to leave early today. And they was like, well, I don't know if I can let you leave early. And I'm like, well, it's not really a request. Like I'm leaving early. Like, you know what I'm saying? Make whatever job. I'm gonna cover the shift, but I'm leaving early. So lo and behold, we got towards the end of the shift when I was ready to leave, and I was like, hey, I'm ready to go. He's like, no, you can't go. And I was like, well, it's not your choice. You run this business and I run my life. So I went ahead and left. I actually walked out, and then I had to come back later to cash out because he just would not cash me out. And I was like, listen, you're not gonna have me just, once I got my freedom, guys, I got my freedom everywhere. So, but the point of the story I wanted to share is, as soon as I left, there was this scripture that came to me and said that, well, when Peter was working on the boat and Jesus came to him, he said, follow me. And then also when he said that, he also had said at some point in time that the buried will bury their own. You got to follow me. So I don't know, but the two words that came to me was follow me. And so that if statement is if I obey. Like if I'd obeyed and just went ahead and put in my week's notice, I wouldn't have had the experience that I had as far as I can't leave. Like you're not my daddy. But I also learned that you got to walk by faith. In this entrepreneur game, when I don't know when the money is coming or when the next contract is coming or when the next deal is going to be closed, you got to walk by faith. And so I don't know who this is for today, who might be here that might watch this later, but I think there's two words that came from that situation for me that I learned in a fascinating time. And I now understand what it means when he says, follow me. All right, that's it. So I grew over the weekend and I learned to follow my intuition. If I'd have just did what I knew I should have done, then I wouldn't have had that experience. But also, if I didn't have that experience, I wouldn't be able to share it with you today. Follow him. And so here's also what happened on Saturday along with that. We did a class. I did a class for the children. We did a real estate workshop for kids. We only had 6 people sign up, which was great. It was like, yes, 6 people. Yes, they're getting it. But we had a guy in South Carolina who signed up, and he is the manager or the head of a community center. So what he did was he broadcast our live webinar to the community center. So he had 10 kids sitting there watching and learning about real estate. And then he hit me up. He said, next time we had such a great time, we're going to have 25 kids at the next seminar. Then he hit me up and he said, you know what? We've actually got some funds available through the Marriott that we're going to try to get you to come up here and do a course for our class. All of this happened on Saturday. And so I'm saying this, guys, because success leaves clues. We thought only 6 and it ended up being 16. And then that 16 is going to turn to a full class of 25 next time we put on a webinar, all from just following the lead. Success leaves clues. Follow the lead. Pat.
So Saturdays when you left work early.
Yeah.
You had that inclination that you knew inside you had to do.
Yeah.
And you went and did what you knew you had to do, despite. And every time you get that, resistance comes. Because everything resists change. Everything resists change. People resist change. Circumstances resist change. And you were making that change and resistance hit you. And at that moment of decision is when you have to say, no, I already decided I'm doing this. I've already decided I'm leaving. You can't be held hostage. And you can't be held hostage by situations that you designed yourself. And sadly, most of us are in hostage situations that we put ourselves in.
Yeah.
And the only way to get out of your own hostage situation is to recognize it and go, I know, but I've already made this commitment. This is what we're doing. This is where I'm going. Today I'm leaving to go do a little seminar thing for some air conditioning contractors in a little town in Oklahoma, in Ardmore. And I don't expect a big turnout because it's a little town, right? But you never know. Again, you just need the one. You just need the one that is the warehouse distributor that says, hey, I need you to come back because I'm going to get all my dealers together, you know? Just like you had 6. What's that going to turn into? What could that turn into?
Yeah.
You know, and like you said, sometimes we need to have the faith and step forward, you know, and realize no one holds you hostage but yourself. And, you know, you build your own prisons. And if you don't understand that, pick up a fork and stick it near one of your eyes and look through it and make sure you're not living in that cage. Because it's a scary sight.
So stop putting little in front of it. I don't know what little.
I'm not sure about that statement either. If you pick up a fork and look it through one eye, it kind of looks like you're in a jail cell. And a lot of us has built our own jail cells.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. I have to make this quick because I'm getting ready to walk into the security checkpoint. But every time Pat says he's getting ready to go to this little town to do this little thing, he's putting little in front of it when it might be a big town. You know, it might be a big thing. So that's what I was saying. I didn't want to chime in today. So I'm going to hang up right now. But that's what I meant by stop putting little in front of it.
Good morning, Raquel.
Good morning.
But from the greatest acorn tree comes from the smallest seed.
Okay. All right.
Absolutely. So we don't know necessarily the outcome. Absolutely. Fantastic.
All right. But I have to chime off because I'm getting ready to go to work.
All right.
Bye.
Fantastic.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So yes, guys. So when you set something up, and this is something I'm learning because we got a class coming up on Thursday, and at first it's just like, man, you know, these people are not responding, but we got one, and I said, hey, we got one. We're gonna give that one all that we got. And it reminds me of this the story about I think a cowboy and a pastor or something like that. The cowboy, the pastor was in the middle I guess the Wild West, and the cowboy would come to the church every day. And the pastor was like, oh, we only got one. You know, let's wait till we get the big crowd. Let's wait till the big crowd. And it was like, well, isn't one enough? Like, can I get what I came here to get? Just because you don't have the big crowd don't mean you can't preach today. And so I don't know who this is helping today, but I know it's helping some people. All you need is one. And I say this again, like you can go through a million no's, but all you need is one yes. You can have, you know, if you're starting something new, I know, Vader, you're doing your spoken word. If only one person show up, one person better get the best show ever. Because that one person could turn into 1,000 people. All you need is one. So whatever it is that you're looking to start, go ahead, Pat.
I'm sorry. And sometimes that one is you. Sometimes you go do the presentation and the only person you're selling is you're reselling yourself. Sometimes that one is you. And when you went there, you needed it. You needed to go through it. You needed to go through and resell you on you.
Yeah. So Pat, I like what you said. You know, when you said that we create our own prisons. I think that's a good place to kind of talk. I mean, because literally in our minds, we for many of us, we're the only people that's holding us back. We're the only person that's holding us back. And that goes back to what you see in the mirror. That goes back to what you reflect on, where your thoughts are. And hopefully we're opening the cages to the prison on each and every day when we get on this show. There are things that are within each and every one of you that is greatness. And the question is, will you step into your own greatness? And Raquel says it like this. She's owning her greatness this year. Will you own your greatness? I know, Brittany, you got that life plan going. You're owning your greatness. I know, Nikhil, you're owning your greatness. I know that you guys are, but we got to be reminded of this every day, because every day there's going to be some resistance. Every day there's going to be the opportunity to say, yes, I'm moving forward, or I'm going to go backwards. And that's that thing that you got to have, this environment that we're going to be talking about this year. I mean, this week. The conducive environment so you continue to grow. How would it be, guys, if you had all of these things that you wanted, these great plans, this greatness in you, but you had nobody to share it with? You had no one to talk to about these things that you want to do. You had no one to share your ideas with. You're like, man, is there anyone that gets it? Now you got a place where you can feed into and you can get fed from. You can feed into and you can get fed from. The number one place, the number one marketplace for growing people. So Veda says she's reading a book called Stepping to Greatness. Veda, you gonna join today? You gonna share some greatness with us, or what? The seats have been open for 20 minutes. Nobody jumped in. Pat, go ahead.
Well, and once you read that book, stop stepping, start running.
Absolutely, man.
Start running towards it.
So, what's going on, Mr. Beatles? You having some you having any I don't know, some issues here with connecting this morning? I thought for sure Mr. Beatles was gonna be back today. So yeah, guys. So she's reading a book called Stepping to Greatness, man. So I'm interested to see or to hear about. I don't know who's that book by, Veda? I don't know. Sound like a I don't know who wrote that book, but anyway, guys. So we want to open Nehemiah Davis from Philly. We want to open up. We want to make sure that the cage or the prison that we may have created is open and unlocked. The chains are unlocked today. So whatever that is that you might be fearful of, that's a prison. You're afraid to open the door and go to the other side because of whatever it is that you think, see, or heard. You got to open that up and you got to take that step. You got to do that thing. Again, the word of the week is if you'll walk through the door, if you will do that thing, if you will overcome your own fear, which is in your mind, if you will do that, then all these other things can happen in your life. And we all want the great, wonderful things to happen. So it's if you do it. But then, like Pat said, if you don't do it, and here's what I tell people, man, it's as I talk to them about these classes, as we market, we got to market a lot of different ways. We got to say, hey, this class is available to you. Take this class. It's going to do wonderful things for you. But if you don't take the class, guess what? It won't help. If you don't take it, you'll just keep doing the same thing that you've been doing. Are you happy with your results? I don't know. You say you want different, but you won't do different. So it's up to you to make that choice. And what I learned this weekend, Pat, is that our job is to just give them the choice. Here you go. Red pill, blue pill. It's your choice. Veda, what's going on?
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks so much for joining.
I had to fix up a little bit. I ain't quite there though. The book that I'm reading, Stepping to Greatness, is kind of like it's like a journal to help you get through your next step, stepping into your greatness. So it talks about your goals, how to get there, what steps it takes to get there, being grateful, write down everything that you're grateful for. So I left the book in a car, but it's a really good book. And the author of that book, I actually met him through a girlfriend of mine, and he was the one that actually encouraged me to do my erotic poetry event, because I was on the fence for a long time. I was like, oh, I don't know, I can't do it. And he was like, just do it. He was like, if you fail, you fail. If it go good, it go good. So that's one of the things when y'all say like stepping to greatness, you just gotta like the what if, like if I didn't do that, I wouldn't have had the outcome. I got people ready now to ask me about my second show. When you doing the second show? When you doing the second show? And if I didn't book or start with my first show, then I wouldn't have had my, people asking about the second show. So that is so true. Like the if part, if you do it, what's next? So that's really big.
Wow. So you I know you're going to be super excited about the next book we're going to read, Veda. I got a book coming up. I think when we start, you saw it when we're going to start in April.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, get ready for that one. But yeah, so you think about it. So let me ask you something, Veda. You said so if you realize that if you hadn't stepped out, if you hadn't maybe went to the meeting, if you didn't, whatever, follow the unction, you wouldn't have met him, and he wouldn't have prompted you to, give you the idea to start this. And then if you didn't start it, you wouldn't have people asking you for the next one already before you even started the first one.
Right.
This is insane. The growth that is happening, all because you decided to follow the if.
Yep. The if is big.
The if is definitely big. Oh my goodness. The if is Big.
So it
look at
reminds me
that,
of,
Vader. You got some. Hey, look at that. Britt coming. Britt gonna finally show her face. Hey, Vader, you're gonna have to get her to talk about her life plan because she ain't gonna get on here and talk about it. Maybe she's gonna talk about it at the spoken word. I don't know.
I know Brittany definitely. Me and her definitely have to hook up now that she moved to Philly.
She already in somewhere. She already in Pennsylvania.
Yeah. I got to hook up with her.
She said she coming to your thing. She said she coming to your thing on the 18th. She said if you didn't have your thing, then they would have nowhere to go on the 18th.
See, exactly. Looking forward to this meeting you, Brittany.
Hey, so this is wonderful, right? So this is now the network is coming together. Now the network is partnering and working together, supporting one another. This is what it's about. It ain't about handing out business cards. That's not networking.
No, it's not. Thanks, y'all.
Hey, thanks so much, Vader.
All right.
Hey, guys, so this is what it's about, man. It's if you do whatever it is that is next for you to do. I know that you know what you need to do next. I know that. I'm absolutely confident and positive that you know what's next. If you do that, then guess what? The next step will show up. Stop. I mean, keep the big picture in mind so that you can stay in your lane, but focus on the next step. Let me say that again. Keep the big picture in mind so you can stay in your lane, but focus on the next step. If you take the next step, then the following step will be revealed. Go as far as you can go, as far as you can see, then guess what? When you get there, you'll be able to see further. Pat.
Well, it reminds me of how they train elephants. You know, when they're babies, they put them on a very strong rope so the elephant knows he can only go so far. But the reality is grown elephants, they don't need that rope anymore. They just have to put the stake in the ground within the sight of the elephant and put the rope there. They see the rope and they know they can only go so far. Even though they're massive, unlimited animals that are strong enough to pull the stake right out of the ground, they don't because they were conditioned that they can only go so far. We have to break past our conditioning. Saying the gate's open, that the rope's not connected to us, ain't enough. We have to take the step. We have to pull against that resistance. When we feel that resistance, we have to break through it. And that's taking steps you feel uncomfortable doing. You need to get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Get comfortable being uncomfortable. Absolutely. So here's the deal, guys. When you are up against this resistance, I've been there, right? Until I started to develop my mentality. That resistance, sometimes we would think, man, it's not meant for me to do this. Oh, I just need to quit. I don't know why I'm trying so hard. That's not the mentality to take. That's not the mentality of a growth conscious person. A growth conscious person says, okay, there's some resistance. Okay, that just means that I'm about to grow even worse. This is building my persistence. Here's what is happening. What is happening, guys, when you find yourself going, you know where you want to go, and you find yourself taking steps and you run up into some resistance. This is the world. This is the world's way of testing to see how serious you really are about whatever it is that you want. How serious do you really want it? How bad do you want it? You know, you start making some tracks, right? You getting out of debt. You got that savings thing going. You like, yes. Then guess what? Something happened. The car break down. The AC go out. You like, oh, man, this ain't going to work. No. That's the world's way. And we call it Murphy Law, but that's really the world's way of testing to see how serious you are about getting out of debt. Because guess what, guys? If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. We're not looking for easy-looking going people. We're looking for people that are going to be hard-pressed to accomplish their goals. Why? Because once you do that, now you have created this platform of a character that can never be taken away. Can never be taken away. Once you learn how to earn $1 million, you're going to be a millionaire for life. Because the money can go, but you've got the knowledge. You've got the experience. This is the deal. So if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. But you don't want it easy, right? You want the hard stuff. You want the challenging stuff because that's what makes you grow. That is what makes you grow. Easy gets you sitting on the couch being broke. Difficult, it gets you growing and being rich. You got to ask yourself which road you want to take, the road less traveled or the road that everybody else is on, which is leading to nowhere. Pat, we got Ola here. Ola, the creative, has just joined us. Thanks so much for joining. Miss Amber, Miss Financial Sense, you know you're going to have to be on the show, and you're going to have to show your face at some point in time. Maybe today, not today. This is your first time here, but I'm glad you joined us. Mr. Okoye, thank you so much for joining us, sir. Mr. Beatles, I know that you're going to be back tomorrow. You probably have some more technical difficulties. That's okay. Britt, 6 o'clock. Mr. Sloan, Nikhil, Veda. I don't know who this is. She didn't say anything today. We got a Claudia here. I'm not quite sure if she's watching or not, but fantastic anyway. So here's the deal, guys. This is the Wealthy, Healthy, Happy Show. This week, we are going through the 15 laws of invaluable growth. We're going to be on law number 6, which is the law of the environment, saying, hey, if you want to grow, you need to make sure you're in the right environment to grow. If you are the smartest person in the room, time to get a new room. You can go nowhere but down if you're already at the top. So find another group, another place, another network where you're no longer at the top and you can continue to challenge yourself to work your way up to be even better, greater, more phenomenal, just awesomeness. Pat, man, you got any last words for peeps?
And don't be afraid to go to that room and be on the very bottom, to be on the floor, and everyone's so far above you. That's where you want to be. You can't fall off the floor.
Absolutely. You can't fall off the floor, man. So here's the deal, guys. We're here Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. 7 a.m. Monday through Friday, 30 minutes to start your day or to end your day, wherever you are in the world. We know that we're a global #1 marketplace for growing people. I put the website in the bottom below. Hey, we want you to connect with us. We want you to continue to follow the movement. We don't know if Blab going to be here tomorrow. We don't know. We just don't know. It's still in beta. It's still in testing, but we believe it will be. And so we're going to be here tomorrow. And the question is, will you? Here's the deal. Today, I want you to be wealthy. I want you to be healthy. And I want you to be happy. Hey, we're out. We'll see you tomorrow.